Hello, my name is Roy Garcia. Some of you may know me by a different name. I will not use that name because it's complicated. No one pronounces it right and no one writes it right. So Roy, a lot simpler, and it's a nickname I have anyway. So hello, and honestly, I've wanted to do this for a while. This channel, I've wanted to do it for a while. I've done some YouTube videos in the past. I may or may not link them to embarrass myself, you know, harder than I'm already doing so right now. A lot of the people in my internet class were like, when I was introducing myself, they were like, yo, do it, you should do it, you're like a YouTuber. I'm like, or no, they specifically said Twitch streamer. And a lot of people have said Twitch streamer, and unfortunately, my streaming setup is garbage. I literally live out in the country. I swear to God, every time I come home from Sacramento, when, you know, back when I was able to do that, I heard, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. And I'm like, what the, how'd that happen? Where's that music coming from? My radio's off. And so this video specifically is more about my weight loss journey. I did mention in class that I had lost about 40 pounds this summer, which is true, but not the whole truth. 'Cause since last June, I have lost 76 pounds, which I'm excited. I don't want to say that number, but honestly, it was like a lot more vague with that. And 3 months, here's the thing, I've lost more weight per like day during the summer than I did previously until last June. So it was much more impressive in that amount of time. And so right now, you know, god damn, this mic setup is really weird. This is like, I know my camera doesn't have a good mic, and I'm currently using my phone to record audio through this mic. I hope it's just not like blurring out. And I only have, okay, I got about probably 7 more minutes before I gotta leave. So I'm gonna start off just talking about the basics. You know, years ago, I actually used to be not that fat. I actually used to look kind of like, if you guys remember Drake and Josh, I used to look like Josh, kind of a Mexican version right here. And so I remember, that was about when I was in 5th grade, I remember. That's actually around the time I started gaining a lot of weight. I wasn't that fat back then. I was probably, I was definitely like overweight, but not obese, not obese. But after that, I started gaining a fuck ton of weight. Like, I remember middle school, my first, like 6th grade, I actually had my fastest mile time at like 10 minutes and 30 seconds. I remember being proud of that. But every year after that, it became longer and longer and longer until I got to 14 minutes, 10th grade. And I'm like, okay, this is the last mile I ever to do. Because at my school, you only have to do 2 years of PE. And I was like, duh. And so after that, I didn't really run. I did do swim and track, funnily enough. But if you know anything about like actually losing weight, like being able to lose a lot of weight, exercise helps, but it's more of a like, it's more of a like helper rather than the main thing you're gonna do. And so I did swim for 4 years and never really lost weight. I actually gained weight because my metabolism wouldn't be able to keep up after I was done swimming. I remember there was a few days I calculated and I lost like 1,600 calories in a day. And of course I'd eat like 3,000 or 4,000 calories that day. I'm a big guy. And so, and that was fine during the season, but then I'd continue even when I was in season. Like between the months between swimming and track, I'd be like, it was Christmas and between those seasons, it was actually Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I'd be like, hoo, 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 I am the big eater. And I just, you know, eat all the turkey and all the mashed potatoes and everything like that. It was so delicious. I can't wait for this year, although it's probably going to be hindered by the fact that, you know, COVID is still a thing, and I can't eat mashed potatoes. Whatever. But the major thing is, that continued, first year of college, and then after my first year of college, I actually gained about, I think, between 40 and 60 pounds. And that was because I was living on my own. Currently, I'm back with my with my mom. I was living on my own, and I was like, I can take care of myself. I can, oh, Target right down the street, around the corner. Oh my god, that's delicious. I can just go over whenever I need. I mean, as long as it was before 11 p.m. And you know, I'd head over, be like, Oreos, I'm an adult. I can control myself. Ooh, oh, look at that. Bread, the Hawaiian rolls. How delicious. And so I probably gained 40 pounds that year. And that was between 2018 and 2019. Now, 2019 rolls around and I'm like, holy shit! I'm what? I was 386 pounds at my heaviest. First thing I did though, fortunately enough, I followed this. I decided to be like, okay, let's not drink soda anymore. I lost about a good 10 pounds from that. But that only got me about 10 pounds, like 10 pounds to lose. Like, it didn't do that much, but I figured out one thing. I learned about something. I was like, oh, intermittent fasting. This sounds interesting. And I did that for a while. And actually, if you don't want to change your diet or don't want to change it too much, I mean, intermittent fasting is pretty good. You won't lose weight, I'd say, super fast if you're not super rigid about it. But if you're only eating like 6 hours out of the 24 hours, you'll digest for about 8 hours, and then you'll be in fasting and lose weight after that. It would just, instead of digesting the food, since it's already digested, it's just going to draw from your fat. But it doesn't do it too much if you're just doing intermittent fasting, at least out of my experience. I remember I had school 3 out of the 3 days of the week, and for 2 of those days, I had to be there all day. I had to be there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And so I like, right after my second class, which ended at like 1:15, I'd be like, oh, I'm hungry. Let's head over to get some Round Table. And then after that, after my acting class that from 3 to 4:30, I'd be like, huh, you know what I'm feeling right now? I'm feeling hungry. And so I'd head over to Round Table, to KFC, to, I don't know, something just, or Panda. I get, the thing is, it was just so bad. Sometimes I would have gone, and here's the thing, I did still lost weight. It just, 10 pounds, it would be 10 pounds in like a month, which isn't that bad. But after about 20 pounds of that, it just, you know. And then winter came, you know. I started living on my own, or I didn't live on my own. My family went to Mexico to take a vacation, so I was on my own for about a few weeks because I had work. And the one good thing that did happen is I found out about keto, and that helped me a lot. I actually don't think I lost any weight immediately. I think I might have lost a pound, but right after that, I unfortunately, I got into a play at my local theater. It was about 10. It was like a series of 10-minute plays. I was excited. It was amazing. I was a pervert. Wait, what? My role was to be a peeping Tom, essentially, and that was a great role. I always get the really weird roles. My first acting class, I actually was I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but my role was to be the manager at a company that's hiring, and to you know, do things to the new Asian to do things to do suggestive things. You know what I'm talking about. To one of the girls we were hiring that was Asian, and that was why I did it, because the other girl was Mexican, and I was like, racist. My character was also racist, and so I was like, you know, girl. And so, you know, but with that experience, it was amazing. It was about a week, like the actual final rehearsals, that like tech and actual, you know, tech week and the actual performances were the same week. It was over 7 days, 4 days tech week, 3 days actual play. And I remember that I ate a lot of like chocolates over the course of 3 days. They had like snacks, chocolates, chips, cookies, all that, and I was and I remember I'd come in, right before I came in, I'd actually bring, I would actually eat a burger in the parking lot before I came in, and I was like, oh, this is fine, this is just a few days. I gained 10 pounds? 10 pounds. I gained 10 pounds in that week. And so after that I don't think that was it. I think the next week, I was sick, I got sick the week after. And I was like, oh, I can't do anything. And I continued that. And I weighed myself at the end of those 2 weeks. Oh no. I gained 10 pounds. That's insane. That's insane. I don't understand how I gained so much weight. And so I had to, I had to do something. So I decided to continue doing keto. I got back to it. In about a week, I lost all the weight, or in like a week or two, I lost all the weight again. That was good. And then up until quarantine, right before quarantine, I had lost another 10 pounds. In total, from then to beginning of quarantine, I had gone down to about 362 pounds, I think. I was at 375 at the end of the play, at the end of the 2 weeks, and then I was at 362 right as quarantine started. So I was like, okay, I can do this. Now, I only lost about another 10 pounds from then until May. Because I know for a fact has taken Computer Science 130, 131. So you guys know you have to make an app or like a website or something. We were making a website, I was a Scrum Master, and I was busy with school, and I was like, it'll be fine. I don't think I did keto that well. I was only doing keto at this time, and so I had only lost about 10 pounds, which is amazing. Like, I'm acting here like, oh my god, I was losing nothing. I was just like, but no, it was really slow. It was over the course of like 3 months. Like, I've done it faster now. Like, in the last 3 months, I lost 40 pounds. And so I was about 350 at that point. And so I had broken keto for finals, but I was able to lose that weight that I gained, like a pound or two, in about a couple of days. And then I decided to do keto for 2 months. I did it for 2 months, and then I decided, okay, I got like a minute left. So I did keto for 2 weeks, and it was like, I think I lost about another 15 pounds at that point, and I was like, I'm doing well. I'm about 333 at this point, about 15, 17 pounds. And I was like, I was feeling confident, and I was like, let's have a cheat day. I remember I was talking to my psychologist, or my therapist, whatever her title is. Because, like, this is mostly about, like, my weight and weight loss. Like, they've been, like, essentially they've been helping me with my, like, process of thinking and all that through weight loss. And so I was talking to them, and I was like, I mean, I've lost a lot of weight. I think I deserve a cheat day. And then that day, after that day, I didn't gain any weight. I was at the same weight. And then after those days, when I continued keto, I lost more weight. And so that's when I found out about carb cycling. And so I decided to do carb cycling. And I lost about another 8 pounds. I'd say another 8 to 12 pounds. Now, then, I stopped losing weight again. And I'm like, what's the problem? And I think back and I'm like, well, you know what could help? You know what could help? Intermittent fasting. And I was like, I was looking actually at videos of intermittent fasting, and they're like, yeah, intermittent fasting, apparently, if you do it long enough, if you fast for long enough, you go into ketosis. And so I was like, well, it just sounds like they should go together. And I did that. And right now, currently, I'm doing about 2 to 4 hours of eating a day. Like, I'm not doing 8 hours, the normal. I'm doing 2 maybe, or 2 to 4. And I'm actually losing I lost like 5 pounds last week. I hope that's not jinxing myself, but I went from 315 to 310 last week. And so, I'm currently like feeling good about that, and so, I don't know. That's my weight loss so far. 76 pounds. I'll probably update you guys again in a while. But this channel, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I want to do video, I want to be a video game maker, and so I'm thinking, well, should I make it about my journey making video games? I think I will. I think that will be one thing that I do. Another thing I think I'll do is just random videos that I want. Because this is my channel, I don't care what people think. I think I'm entertaining enough. Anyway, tell me what you think.